Someone has said that all true believers attend the same church, but that none of them will tell you what the name of that church is. I like that. Jesus spoke most about the kingdom of heaven. He didn't use the term church very often. And he said this mysterious kingdom of heaven was invisible. People had a lot of difficulty trying to grasp what it was he was talking about. Jesus compared it to the wind. He said, the wind's out there, you know it's there, but you can never catch it in a box. And if you did, it would just stop being the wind. He said that Nicodemus needed to be totally changed from the inside out in order for him to even be able to see that kingdom. But it wasn't long before Jesus' followers were doing the same thing as Nicodemus. They'd forgotten about this magical kingdom, and they got busy building their own religions. Jesus warned that in the last days, there would be people saying, look here or go there, and you'll find Jesus. He commands his true disciples, don't follow them. But is anyone listening? Every new leader that comes along gets a huge crowd to follow them, especially when they start saying the opposite things to what Jesus said. Success is measured by how much money you have, how big your church building is, how many thousands of people you can cram into that building. And Jesus and his kingdom gets overlooked in the midst of it all. I don't much care what church you attend, or even if you attend any church at all. The real issue is, have you actually ever met the Jesus of the Bible? You ever opened up the four Gospels and had a look and listened for yourself to what he has to say? Or have you been too busy listening to your pastor, listening to some other religious leader, reading books by them? In his Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said that a foolish man is someone who hears what he has to say and then walks off and doesn't even act on it. But he says the only way we're going to survive the storms that lie ahead is if we hear what he says and then we obey it. It's a dirty word in the church world today, obeying Jesus. You know, they all carry on like it's at the end of the world. If you start talking about obeying Jesus, that's the worst thing they can think of. But it's what Jesus expects, and it's what he taught. It's what's missing today, and it's why people will run off after anything else except what Jesus actually taught. If you've been watching my end-time video novel, Survivors, you'll know that in the 3rd chapter, Irene Strait and her pastor, Vernon Billings, are shattered because the rapture didn't happen. But instead of humbling themselves and opening their Bibles to have another look at what Jesus said, they chase off after yet another religious bandwagon in the hopes of finding their Messiah. Well, I'll tell you right now, it'll always be a false Messiah, and it is a false Messiah that most people are following right now. People are saying, Lord, Lord, but they're not obeying the Jesus of the Bible. They call their pastors anointed ones, and that's what Messiah means. But are they really anointed? Are they really pointing people to Jesus? Even the most evangelical Christians will tell you that all you have to do is to say a little magic prayer, ask Jesus into your heart, and everything will be fixed up for eternity. Unfortunately, I have to say that Jesus never taught that. Until we open our Bibles and start reading what Jesus actually taught, we're not going to really encounter him. We're never going to have a personal relationship with Christ until we listen to him and let him speak. Now, I'll be back with a few more comments after the next chapter of Survivors. But in the meantime, don't forget my advice. Keep following the Lamb.